Kaduna State has increased its internally generated revenue through diversification, while taking steps to rebuild and restore confidence in the minds of potential investors.
We hope to launch the Kaduna State Infrastructure Master Plan. Last year, we launched the Kaduna State Development Plan. We've now broken it down into sector implementation plans. We hope to launch that as well, so that for each sector, you know what our plans are for the next 4-5 years and how we intend to deliver on those commitments. We're also going to launch our Ease of Doing Business Charter. We've spent the last 1.5 years looking at ways and means of making our state the easiest state to do business with. And already that is being recognized. Business Day, the leading business publication in Nigeria, has declared Kaduna the easiest state to do business in Nigeria. We want to move ahead by launching our Ease of Doing Business Charter and make commitments towards implementing that charter so that doing business in Kaduna will be even easier.
To begin with, there is the need to establish an investment-friendly atmosphere backed by laws that promote the ease of doing business. This has led to the establishment of the Kaduna State Investment Promotion Agency, KADIPA.
Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency was a creation of law which was passed on the 23rd of December 2015. So if you want to look at it, we're 1 year and some month old. In the course of our existence, the first key activity of reckoning that we did was to hold the Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit, CAD Invest 2016, in April 2016. Through that process, we were able to project Kaduna State and what Kaduna State is all about.
To demonstrate its commitment to attracting both local and foreign investors into the state, the Kaduna Investment and Economic Summit, CAD Invest, was organized on the 6th and 7th of April 2016 in Kaduna City to showcase the numerous opportunities and potentials of the state, while declaring Kaduna open for business.
The Kaduna Investment Summit is essentially an event that brings everyone together, the government and the private sector. The Kaduna State government, headed by Governor Nasir Ahmad El-rufai, strongly believes that we need to create jobs in Kaduna and in Nigeria at large. And at the forefront of that job creation strategy, we must have the private sector taking the lead. So CAD Invest is an avenue for private sector partners to come into Kaduna State to see what we have to offer for people like them to set up their businesses, and we will do everything to ensure that the process is easy and that their businesses thrive, and for us, they will create much needed jobs for our young men and women in Kaduna.
The summit underlined opportunities for trade in Kaduna State and presented local and foreign investors access to have first-hand information about resources abundant in Kaduna, particularly in agriculture and the solid minerals sectors.
We like the commitment of Kaduna State. Sometimes, states largely play lip service to investment promotion. They say that they're interested, but they're not quite as committed. In Kaduna State, the commitment to investment promotion is all the way from the top. In terms of rating, comparing Kaduna State to other states in Nigeria, I believe a recent report by a newspaper rated Kaduna State the most investor-friendly state in Nigeria. We find in our engagements with Kaduna State that they're certainly at the top of the list in terms of state readiness and state commitment in Nigeria.
A number of other steps, including the business licensing reform and tax code reforms, were effected to make Kaduna State a favorable business environment. Indeed, 1 year down the line, there has been significant influx of investors and businesses into the state. The efforts of the El-rufai-led administration towards the ease of doing business has recorded significant achievements, with various investments worth well over $350 million coming into the state. Little wonder then why Business Day newspaper adjudged Kaduna State the #1 state to do business in the country.
Already we have those that have come in to invest. I think they are our best advocates. Talking to them, you will get to know the ease with which we provided the conducive, the ease with which they are doing business, how they came in, the environment we've created for them to succeed. I think they remain probably better advocates of what we are doing than we ourselves. But I can assure investors from all over the world that Kaduna State is the current best destination for doing business in Nigeria.
The efforts of the El-Rufai-led administration towards the ease of doing business has recorded significant achievements, with various investments worth well over $350 million coming into the state. Little wonder then why Business Day newspaper adjudged Kaduna State the #1 state to do business in the country. Signing at the first CADInvest Summit was Olam International, a leading agribusiness with presence in about 70 different countries. Olam International expressed its intention to establish its presence in Kaduna, an intention that has today turned out to be one of the biggest agribusiness projects in Africa.
The program is very interesting. I think we have got very good response from the people, from the farmers, from the state in terms of telling us the potential areas where the growth is expected and where the demand is very high. So we are also very enthusiastic about this whole thing, and as I said before, 1.5 million or 1.2 million chicks a week is something which is very, very, very high. And until unless we have a very structured way of growing, this additional incremental chicks in the market is not really going to have to be very effective.
Other incentives trailing the Olam investment include direct employment of about 200,000 workers, construction of over 100,000 metric tons of in-house storage capacity to ensure food security, provision of technical support to local farmers, an outgrower scheme for local farmers in the state, particularly farmers of the host communities. This multi-million-dollar investment by Olam Group will surely contribute not only to Kaduna State's economy, but Nigeria as a whole.
Well, we hope that by 2018, many of our longer-term projects, like the Olam poultry and feed mill, which is the largest $150 million investment, largest poultry and feed mill in sub-Saharan Africa, would have been commissioned and the results would be clear. We hope by then also the implementation of our ease of doing business charter would have begun to show more results. We're already the easiest state to do business in Nigeria. We hope to be the easiest place to do business in the African continent. That's our goal.
In the south of the state, in Manchok Aura local government area, is the 10,000 hectare Vikampro Farms, another multi-million-dollar investment in agriculture. This investment is poised to be West Africa's biggest Irish potato processing plant when it fully kicks off. It is an all-inclusive project which cuts across all agricultural value chains.
The Kaduna State government is one government that supports a lot of investors. We as one I think we're a testimony to the fact that they do things in record time. Because we followed the process from zero to where we are. Today, as we speak, our RFO is nearly out. That is the shortest notice I've had from any government. Within 6 months, your RFO is nearly out. That is a big deal. Then aside from that, they gave us 1,000 hectares. Not every government does that for you. And they did it in record time also. They just told us, go across, fill this, do this, and we are able to get the 1,000 hectares. And we're standing presently on that 1,000 hectares.
The Vicampro project is an investment of about $120 million, which will see to the cultivation, processing and exportation of Irish potatoes in various forms. Some other incentives attached to the Vicampro project include provision of about 30,000 direct jobs to the citizens, engagement of about 200,000 outgrower farmers across Kaduna State, export of finished products, therefore enhancing foreign exchange for Nigeria.
This processing plant is supposed to not only produce the potato within an expanse of land that the government has worked hard to provide with a lot of ease for them, and also created the environment to do it, but it's also going to take from outgrowers of potato from different parts of the state and process for exportation.
These huge investments have again encouraged the state government to look inwards in galvanizing its abundant human resources to keep pace with the various investments coming in.
People are coming out with proposals that are connecting to the growth of Kaduna State, the coming of the railroad, the coming of the airport, the coming of hotels, the coming of several different strata of business pockets. CADSTEP is linking into all these business pockets, and we're even helping them with innovation that can help better all these opportunities that are being created. And we're showing them, and this is making a huge impact. Kaduna is the next destination.
Along with these influx of investments and businesses comes the need for an affordable and accessible housing. The Governor Nasir El-rufai's administration has designed a framework in partnership with private sector participants to build affordable houses in the state, with a view to having over 20,000 housing units in the next 4 years. Rapid Act Construction Company is one of the private companies working with the Kaduna State government on the housing project.
This is a partnership that involves the state with us in about providing about 1,000 houses. What the government did basically is to provide the land. In this area, as you can see, this is a green zone area. And except a government that has focus like the one you have now, that will have allowed people of low income earners to have homes here. So in its wisdom, they decided to provide the land so as we can make houses that people who earn very little things can also occupy homes in this area.
Transportation is a key element to any business-friendly setting, and the Kaduna State government, in partnership with the federal government, has made entry and exit from the state very easy. With an upgraded airport, rail line, construction of new roads, and rehabilitation of old ones, Kaduna State is truly open for business.
Kaduna is the place to be. 2 hours from Abuja via an express road, 1 hour to Lagos by air. We are right in the heart of Nigeria, and we also believe that Kaduna's state government is doing its best to make life as easy as possible for every investor. We are not boasting, but we have not seen any other state in Nigeria doing what we are doing to attract investments. And we hope they don't, because we want to attract all the investors to Kaduna State.
To ensure a safe and conducive environment for all, the state government has established a working relationship with all security agencies in the state to ensure safety for lives and property every hour of the day. All these and many more developmental strides by Governor Nasir El-Rufai's administration are indicators of the mission to make Kaduna State a top investors' destination in the world.